So, sort of a whole list of things for me to cover this week. Just little bits here and there. Nothing major that I want to talk about. But the first thing is probably the big thing, is the fact that we are roughly, I think, 6 weeks after the release of Tom Clancy's The Division, and it is still a broken mess. It had problems at launch with its various problems, and then seemed to be evened out with bugs here and there. But it then sort of decided to deteriorate even further down when we got to the April update, because there's supposed to be content coming every month, and the new content was a mess. It took even longer than a day for quite a lot of people to actually be able to sort it out, because games were crashing on all platforms. And it wasn't just like a PS4 or a PC or an Xbox One specific issue. It was pretty much across the board. And then it's really started to get problematic probably a couple of weeks back, where there was a glitch where you could actually you could basically go to your inventory screen or your loadout screen and flick through the weapons up and down so quick that it would actually increase the damage per shot on the bosses, meaning it was possible to two-hit kill not just regular civilian or regular enemy NPCs, but also bosses. That got patched out, along with another issue, I think, last week. But then the other one that cropped up was that you can, I think it's incursion mode, the mode that got added, you can trick the enemy NPCs into, I'm not sure how it was exactly, but you can trick them into actually shooting and killing the boss with you. So instead of being like a group of 4 with the NPCs that spawn in there, it could be a group of about 15. And the thing is, not even Destiny, which had its issues for lacking a lot of content from launch, very similar to The Division. But as I say, Destiny didn't have these sort of big issues at launch, especially with the content updates and everything. There was never, sometimes when the bugs happened, they kept them in there for an extended periods of time, because it was sort of like, well, we didn't mean it to happen, but, now that people know about it, we don't mind, because it wasn't really damage stuff, it was like exploratory stuff, like getting to other areas and things. They eventually patched it out, but, they left it there as a thing, but it was nothing that really undermined the actual gameplay of the thing, like it has with Tom Clancy's Division. It's been a mess, and considering that this game was supposed to come out, probably about 6, 7, 8 months ago, give or take, before it got delayed to like the end of the year, and then delayed to when it did in March. It leaves you a lot. It tells you a lot about showing off trailers at Ubisoft's E3 and then going, "Oh shit, we shouldn't have done that." They did it with Watch Dogs, and that garnered a lot of criticism for the graphics. It's always been the graphic stuff, but then Division was 2013, and that that sort of flopped. You know, now with the fact that, you know, it's as buggy a mess as it is. Then 2014 was Rainbow Six Siege, which surprisingly, although it looked as stage managed as all hell, actually fared out to be the best of those three. Which now has me worried for the new Tom Clancy game, Ghost Recon Phantoms, that got its grand sort of teaser showcase at the end of last year's E3. So I think 2016, when it happens with the Ubisoft stuff, it will officially be the game which looks awesome, but in 2 years' time will be absolutely crap. A few other things. There's been another theft of Nintendo products off a lorry in the UK. Second straight... Well, I shouldn't say second straight time, but there was a big story about 12 months ago that Game, the UK games retailer, their entire stock of Splatoon, as well as Splatoon special editions with the amiibos and everything, and all the amiibos for that chain got stolen off the back of the lorry. Sort of update to that, because I don't know if I talked about it the last time. They still don't know what happened to them. So they probably have gone on eBay and whatever in the illegal market, so who knows. But then again, this week it happened again. A canvas size truck, lorry, whatever you want to call it, holes cut out of it, not smartly, just however you see fit, but basically holes cut out of it, and they manually went in and picked out the stock that they wanted. And all we know is it was Nintendo stock. Now, I don't think there was a wave of Amiibo coming just yet, but there might have been Amiibo stock. I'm not sure. There's not even any word of who this truck was delivering to. But again, it's sort of singling out Nintendo products. A lot of people were worried that it was that people were looking forward to Star Fox Zero. Now, there's no word on what it is, even to this day, because there's no trace of it. But I just find it odd that criminals are going after amiibos and all that sort of stuff. If you haven't seen Matt Pat of Game Theory's video about the truth behind the amiibo stuff, I won't put a link because I'll have to send that over. If you just search Game Theory amiibo, you'll find it. There was another little story that I was going to bring up that came through. Just trying to get it in my notes. Yeah. Amazon is starting to sell select games only for subscribers of Amazon Prime, which I think is setting a worrying precedent. I mean, admittedly, it is at the minute for games which are currently have been out for a while, but in some cases it really isn't. So, some of the games on the list, GTA 5, well, that's been out since late 2014 on the next gen consoles. So that's pretty fair. But then you've got FIFA 16, which was September last year. And then even Rainbow Six Siege. If you want to buy it from Amazon, you have to be an Amazon Prime member. Other games included Minecraft, which I'm guessing is the disc versions for all the consoles. Far Cry Primal, which is even more of a surprise because that only came out in February. Well, no, actually, yeah, February, March, depending what format you got. So that's barely 2 or 3 months. The definitive edition of Dishonored, which is sneaky, considering Dishonored 2's coming hopefully later this year. Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, Elder Scrolls Online, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, again came out in October. Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. I'm not sure about Metal Gear Solid 5, but the fact that the original one, that's only for Prime people. But the main... Is it because people like that one and not the other? I don't know. Battlefield Hardline doesn't really make sense because I wouldn't have thought many people are buying that anyway. And then most surprisingly, even Farming Simulator, the Farming Simulator games are available only from Amazon to people that have Amazon Prime. The key thing is what this is doing is it's actually creating more revenue for their third-party sellers. Other people that are selling items on the store. But the little snag here, well, it's not really a snag, but it's a little bit of a somewhat legal loophole. Quite a few of those orders are still fulfilled by Amazon. So that stock that is part of their exclusive to Prime people technically isn't if you go to another shop, but the order is still fulfilled by them, where it's sometimes £10 or £15 cheaper, at least in terms of the UK stuff. So that's interesting. So there was an update saying that, exclusive selection on a number of great products. I wouldn't say that Elder Scrolls Online is a great product. Just saying. Then the confusing thing is that Amazon lifted the restriction, but then I don't know when the last update was. Possibly Friday. So they pulled it down, but then reinstated it again. So I just find it odd that these items are being handled the way they are. I mean, I'm just going to have a quick look myself for GTA 5. So it's live as being recorded at close to 6 o'clock Eastern Time. So I can buy GTA 4 on PS4 for... okay, now that's interesting. No, there we go, yes. So I can buy it for $37.49, which is sold by a company called Fox Electric, but is fulfilled by Amazon. However, if I wanted to buy it from Amazon directly, it's a little bit more at £40.27, but, as I previously mentioned, you have to be a Prime member in order to be able to get that price. The thing that's really sneaky about this is they have literally said nothing about this happening. They just dropped it on people to basically find themselves, in some cases, I can't say shafted, but I will say shafted. People that like to order direct from Amazon because they know they're the company that they can trust, now they have to pay them £79 a year in order to get that. Okay, they'll say you've got other benefits on top of it, but if the only reason that you have it or the only reason that you went on Amazon is because you were buying these games. You know, I'm hoping that this is just a case of basically they're trying to limit runs on people buying them and then, you know, selling them on or whatever. I think that's probably what they're trying to do. But of course, if this means that upcoming games, you know, like Uncharted, like Doom, like I didn't even see whether Fallout was in the bloody list. Where is it? Oh God, Super Smash Bros. The Wii U. Come on. But yeah, if it's going to be basically, if you haven't pre-ordered it through Amazon, when it actually gets to launch day, you can't buy the thing. It's gonna be dodgy. Interestingly, Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U isn't one of the affected items. I'm guessing Star Wars Battlefront isn't either. Is Tom Clancy's The Division? No. It's interesting, I'm actually doing an active sort of thing and searching. Where is it? Amazon. I don't really want the day one edition. This is bloody stupid. Yeah, that's pre-owned. Or is that? Yeah, that's pre-owned. I'm trying to look for Amazon brand new. It would help if I don't look for day one edition. Dunce. I'm just intrigued whether actually that is another one that is being affected by this. Because if it is, that's pretty shitty. Apparently not. Apparently not. But you know, as I'm trying to say, if things like Doom and Uncharted 4 get under this banner, you know, even within 3 months of the game coming out, like with Far Cry Primal, people are just going to go elsewhere. You know, the bloody supermarkets, you know, your Tesco's, your Asda, Walmarts, they're going to be doing a lot more trade. Hell, even at that rate, it might be easier for people to actually go to game, which I have to say is overpriced. They do charge way towards the top end of the recommended retail prices, rather than what the internet or the bigger stores can do, even though it's a store that specifically is only in one market, which you'd have thought meant it would be different, but whatever. I don't know. So there you go. The good, the bad, and the downright stupid. I'll let you decide which one is which. And also if I've learned to work out where the start button is.